Democrat squad member Rashida Tlaib wants to pay illegals thousands of dollars from the Treasury. Hello and welcome back to TST. If you're new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily. After a few days of one of the most devastating financial events in modern history, there have been many different plans floated as the way to get Americans past the fallout. President Trump seems to be interested in moving forward with a plan which some estimate having a price tag of about 1.5 trillion US dollars. As you well remember, back in 2008, George W. Bush signed into the law the infamous bank bailout or Troubled Asset Relief Program, aka TARP program. This federal government bailout was proposed by Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson, passed by the 110th United States Congress, and signed into law by President George W. Bush. The act became law as part of a public law on October 3, 2008, in the midst of the financial crisis of 2007 to 2008. The law created the $700 billion Troubled Asset Relief Program, TARP, to purchase toxic assets from banks. The funds for purchase of distressed assets were mostly redirected to inject capital into banks and other financial institutions, while the Treasury continued to examine the usefulness of targeted asset purchases. Early estimates for the total cost of the bailout to the government were as much as $700 billion. However, TARP recovered funds totaling $441.7 billion from $426.4 billion invested, earning a $15.3 billion profit or an annualized rate of return of 0.6% and perhaps a loss when adjusted for inflation, according to Wikipedia. Now, most Americans that I have talked to were not happy with this too big to fail shtick that the banks played with our money. Now, America finds itself in an economic bind yet again. However, this time, the origin is not due to irresponsible loans and perhaps fraudulent classifications of mortgage notes. It is due to a pandemic that seems to have originated in China. Millions of Americans are out of work and facing financial ruin in the wake of the shelter-in-place orders. President Trump is not the only one pitching a plan to jumpstart the U.S. economy. Democrat Representative and Squad member Rashida Tlaib also has a plan, one which she took to Twitter to discuss. Number 1. Fully support the FSC Democrats' COVID-19 economic response proposal. I also want to encourage leadership to consider my truly universal relief proposal on behalf of hashtag 13th District Strong. Number 2. This includes the Treasury using its legal authority to create a new mint program to fund direct payments via preloaded $2,000 cash cards to everyone, recharging with $1,000 per month until a year after the economy recovers. There is one huge glaring agenda present in the document. Rashida Tlaib wants to give non-citizens, persuadably those who violated immigration laws to enter the United States, thousands of dollars. How are we going to pay for this multi-trillion-dollar handout? We will just flirt with hyperinflation by printing the money? The Congresswoman talks about minting $2 trillion platinum coins, which the Treasury would sell to the Federal Reserve. The result of this, in my humble opinion, would be inflation and a global loss in confidence of the ability of the United States to be a responsible steward of the global reserve currency. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and imagine just how many people would be tempted to flood into the US in hopes of taking advantage of the free money. It sure feels to me like the Democrats are trying to use this crisis to jam through all of their radically leftist policies, from a huge expansion of Medicare, nationalization of industries, and huge payments to non-citizens. At this point, it's kind of hard to figure out which will end up being a bigger threat to our nation long term, the coronavirus or the Democrats' proposed solutions to the crisis. Share your thoughts and responses in the comments down below. And if you've liked this report, let us know by tapping that like button down below. Share the news among friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more news and updates on TST. This is David Ravine, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe.